Yes, indeed. Good evening. Is it evening? We could go with evening. Early evening. Let's go with early evening. I hope you are well. You are looking at a 4 o'clock show, which means, if you know Hochanda well, 4 o'clock is called Final Call for the sheer fact this is the last live hour of our one-day special before the price goes back up at 6 o'clock when we open the doors of the sweet shop to another brand new one-day special. Now, come closer. I've got something to tell you. We have been, keep your distance, we have been remarkably busy for this one day. So, like, over what we actually thought. When we go into a meeting room, we sit there and we go, how do you think it's going to do? We go, it will do all right. It's lovely, super smooth, white card stock. We'll be fine. We'll have enough stock. We sold out at the end of the 8 o'clock show this morning with myself. Catherine bought it back at 12 o'clock on extended delivery. This is where my point now lies. We have spoken to Mr. Pink Frog himself. And what we are saying, there he is. We spoke to Mr. Pink Frog himself, our Andrew, and said, can we get any more? He said, you can, but we are that busy. We're going to have to push back on the extended delivery date, only to the 25th. It will only be dispatched on the 25th, which is only, 4 days extra. So that is, you've already ordered. The extended delivery date now is the 25th of this month, which is not that long to wait. OK, so you're still in for a good treat. You're getting everything in there, and already over 3/4 of the stock has already gone. You can go back now. I'm not on my own either. We have sort of, you could say, the brand ambassador of Pink Frog. It is true, you are. We have our Hazel here. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Right then, let's get straight down to business with this. I'm going to put you on the spot.
OK.
Sum up our one-day special in 4 words.
Exceptional value for money.
I like it. That's good.
That was quite sharp for me.
That was quite quick.
I was thinking, God, what's he going to say?
I was going to say 5 words, but I cut it down in my head. And it is exceptional value for money, because what you are getting in this kit is a kit like no other. Yeah. This has a bit of everything in there. Let me go through the sizes and what you're getting, then we'll also show you the templates. Oh yeah, there's templates as well. 9370606 is your item number. 937-606 is your item number. So your A3 that you're getting here, you are getting 20 sheets of this, and it's 300 GSM is what we're looking at. We then go to your 12 by 12, 25 sheets, 300 GSM. We then go down to the middle to your A4, 50 sheets of A4. That is your paper, so that is your
180 GSM.
180 GSM is what we're looking at there. We then go down to the bottom. This is your 15 by 42 is what we're looking at there, which is 25 sheets. And then you get your 15 by 30 down there. You're getting 50 sheets of that 300 GSM as well. You are getting all of this for £19.99, 170 sheets in total. Not only are you going to get everything that you see here, we're also going to throw in templates as well. Hazel, what do these templates give me? OK,
so the first one, this is to work with the A3 paper, card, sorry. This is to make a notelet bag, which looks a little bit like this here. OK, so the lift flap, you've got your little handle there, but it shows, and this is going to be a demo in this hour. Hopefully, if we get there, I'm sure we will. You can also make memory books. So you've got your pictures there, you've got your instructions on the back, which look a little bit like, let me just pull one of these in. I'll do this step by step. So yeah, the spine and everything, this is made from the 15 by 42s, but you can make it from the 15 by 30 as well. Then moving on, you've got templates for the landscape bag, which is this one.
Nice bag. Nice
also the pizza box, which is this one. I think it's better that you physically see it, because then you can see, yeah. Then you've got your portrait bag, which is this one. Which costs a fortune in the shop to buy a portrait bag. And then you've also got your bottle bag as well. And at this point, I do want to thank the design girls. We've got Cheryl, who's a new lady, wonderful job on the bags here. We've got Claire, we've got Anita, and we've also got Caroline. So I do thank you all because it does make my job so much easier. That's not all though.
What, there's more?
Yes, because then you're going to be wanting to make frames. So if I just pull in maybe this one, this is all made from Super Smooth. I'll pop that at the front for you. There you go. So 2 sheets of 15 by 42 for the top and the bottom. You've got 2 sheets of 15 by 30, one each side, an A3 for the back, and then you've got some smaller bits which you can use from your 15 by 30. You're going to get all of the instructions for your frames in there as well. On top of that, you're going to get an instruction sheet for 10 folds on your 15 by 42s and 10 folds on your 15 by 30s. That totals up to 36 projects that you can make straight out the packet when it comes home. But you can make so much more than that. And it's all about the techniques and what you can do with the card. So you can stamp onto it. You've seen me using paints on it. You've seen me using gessos. We've been using Ecoline pens. We've been using brushos. I'm looking around to remind myself. We've got distress inks. We've got eyes inks. Whatever your medium, it will go onto this Super Smooth. It really will.
We are talking a bundle and a half, a £10 saving. The price will go back up to £29.99. You are getting all of this and your instructions as well for £19.99. 937606 is your item number. Now, I know what you're thinking once again. I'm one step ahead of you. All right then, Adam, this is all well and good. And I've seen you can do this, you can do that, but prove to me that you can wet it. Prove to me that you can use brushos and water. It's as good card that you say. Let's prove to that how good this cardstock is. Right, then go on, Hazel.
Okay.
Baffle me.
We'll do a couple of, where should we start? I'm dipping into my little box again because it has been invaluable. And I'm just going to take a couple of A6 pieces. In fact, I am going to do a Leone special because I'm going to spray. I haven't done any spraying yet. It will take any of your sprays. So to protect my surface and give us a pretty bit of card. And I'm going to put a lot on here. We'll really mix that in. Of course, I'm going to have to let that dry so I can pop that to one side.
That's fine.
Whilst we're doing the next piece. Naturally, we all want our inks to blend onto the cardstock. Let's turn that over because I've got a little bit of spray. So if you use sponges, I always tilt mine away so the middle of the sponge is blending onto the cardstock. That's going to give you a nice smooth blend. If you're not confident with this type of thing, you can use your blending brushes as well, and they work perfectly. So I need to know that I can blend my ink perfectly on there. Sometimes, depending on what I'm doing, I want a perfect smooth blend. Sometimes I just scrub it on. It depends on the technique that I'm doing. So we'll add that through. That's your seedless preserves. Let's go into some Mermaid Lagoon. And again, it wouldn't matter if I was using distress inks. They would work on here fine as well. And we're just going to start and blend those two colours together. And you know, it's always that saying, the right tool for the right job.
Yeah.
This is giving me a nice blend through. So let's stop there and just add some water. Just spritz that on. And then we'll mop that through.
So far we've put ink on this, we've wet it.
Yeah.
There's no buckling or creasing.
And we'll take that away, and that gives us the beautiful faux bleach effect there.
Look at that.
If we then are going to take advantage of that ink there, we'll add some more down. And we'll spritz this. This time we'll add, oh, avalanche. We'll spritz some water down there. Now this is going to give us a wet mop up. I've still got some beading, so I can get some nice beady effects there. If I wanted more of a wash, I would have done it straight onto my glass mat because that gives it more of a wash effect. But you can start and do this. This is where you need to start and dry your layers now. So we'll just give that a blast.
Look at that.
You see how the colours that I just love. This never gets old to me. Every single piece that you pull is different to the one before.
And it's still vibrant. It's
absolutely
not sucked in all the colour.
No. And always dry the back if you've got it really wet. And that brings it right down flat again. Okay, so that's blending and that's picking up a print. Now I want to have a look with my stamping. I'm actually going to do it on the same, shall I do it on the same area? Maybe. I might even treat myself to a new bit. Now I always pick up the poppy, so I'm going to use my rose because I don't want it to feel left out.
So let me just get this right. So this cardstock that we're using at the moment, you've now made yourself a stamp book as well to keep all your stamps in?
I have, yes, and we did really quickly cover it. So this is A4 sheets. I've got a sheet and I've scored it at 14.5 centimetres. I've rotated it round and done 14.5 from the other end. That gives you a 7mm gusset, okay? And then your stamp sheet, you pull it apart and you stick half to this side. So when you pull that away, you've got, you know, the colour, the acetate's printed, so you know exactly where your stamps are going. And on this side, I've put the acetate and that holds all my masket, which is perfect because it's exactly where I need it to be, right by my stamps.
And that goes to prove how well this paper is, because you would carry that everywhere with you in your bag.
That does go. And each time we get a new stamp set, because we're on 7 at the minute, and I'm thinking, how big am I going to get this? I know we've got another couple of 3 in the making, so that's going to take it to 10. I might then start another one. Who knows? Right, so a rose stamp. Oh no, let's have a look at this one. So our spray, that's pretty much dry now on its own, but we will finish off them edges. I'm going to cheat slightly. Just dabbing that along the way. But look at that.
Look at that.
That can then be scored and made into something. It can be a background. You could add some of your mica spray now onto there. So this is just water with a bit of mica in, and that's going to give me a little bit of glitz. Let's see if that'll do any stripping. Not like that, not that kind of stripping, but stripping the colour out. So what's going to happen here, when I put this on, it will take the colour out but leave the sparkle there.
Oh, okay.
So I know that it's worked because the colour's on my tissue, so you see, and then when I don't know if you can catch that. Can you see the sparkle there? Yeah. But it just adds more and more interest to that background. Okay, so that was our spraying. I'm just going to pop that on the floor. We'll come back to that. Let's move on to that stamp and spritz. I will do it on a new bit of card because I've got plenty, let's be honest. Okay, what colour shall we go for? I'm going to go brown. I'm just feeling the brown mood.
Oh.
Okay, ground espresso. Pop that on. It's because it's going to lead us into our next demo. Pop that down. Whether you use your mica or your water, I'm going to give it a little spritz so I just get a little bleed out of that colour. I probably set myself up to fail because I didn't do it in my stamping platform. If I'd have put it in my stamping platform, I would have known it would have been in the perfect place, but we'll get there. Dry that out. Am I going to cheat? Little bit. Turn that over. Okay, so then we can go back in. Now, you can use the same one, or I could have gone in with the VersaFine. It would have been a little bit darker. So let's just see if I can get this. I probably won't do it, but we'll see. Yeah, it's a little bit off, but you're getting the gist of it. And then you can go in and don't look too bad. It's because I'm closer to it. You can pick up your ink and start and then painting. So bearing in mind that's got wet and it's dried, you can still then paint on. Take your colour off and you can still fade that out. So you still can work with the card. Now, obviously it's not a watercolour card, so you wouldn't think that you could do too much like this, but you can do enough to get good results. Good. So that's about your stamping and pulling the colour out and doing your image. So I'm just going to leave that there, and then I'm just going to tidy this up, and then I've got a full demo for you. We'll be making this card here.
Look at that.
Okay. And I'll show you exactly how to make that from the instruction sheet. The card design is on the instruction sheet, and then we're going to be using all these stamps as well.
It's worth having a little look at. £19.99. You are getting your A3, your 12 by 12, your 15 by 42, your 15 by 30 and your A4. 170 sheets in total is what you were getting. Let's break that down for you. Let's start with the A3. You are getting 20 sheets of your A3 at 300 GSM. You've also, so that's your A3. That we've got there. So that is your A3 that we're looking at. For your A3, we've then got your 12 by 12. 25 sheets of your 12 by 12 at 300 GSM. Then we move on to your A4, which is a slightly lower GSM. It's sort of a paper that we've got now. It's 180 that we're looking at, and you're getting 50 sheets of this one. Then we've got your 15 by 42 centimetres. You're getting 25 sheets of that. And if I bring that one in as well, you can sort of see the size difference that you're getting there. That is your 15 by 30 that you get there. And you're getting, how many of them? 50 sheets of those as well. All of that, but nearly 80%. Now 80% of the stock has now already gone of your one-day special. Everything is now dispatched from the 25th of this month because we are so busy. While we're busy on this, 937606 is your item number, £19.99. But from there, something else that I've got on the show as well is your super smooth and your envelopes as well. This is your 20 by 40 centimetres and your 18 by 36 centimetres. You're getting 45 in total, and you're also getting the envelopes thrown in as well. This is your super smooth that you've got. It's the size difference. If you like making your larger cards, this is the perfect way to go. You can see the size difference that you're getting there as well. Obviously, if you're half down, you're now sort of talking a Phil Martin card right there. That is a front cover of a Phil card if ever I saw one. And then you've sort of got your smaller cards as well. Don't be scared of the white cardstock. Remember, go for the size that you use the most. Now, if you're thinking that's all well and good, Adam, but I don't use that sort of size. Remember, you can cut it down. Remember, you can make it smaller if you want to. £13.99, and it includes the envelopes as well. 968986 is your item number. Why is this a nice little bundle?
The 18 by 36 is our newest size, so that's kind of equivalent to a 7x7 card. Okay. And then the 20 by 40 is your 8x8, but you can make your boxes out of there as well. Yeah. Don't forget, you're going to get instructions for 10 folds of each. You're also going to get the frame instructions with them as well.
So we get 10 instructions for the folds as well, and we get the frame instructions included in the kit.
There is a little frame peeking by the envelope at the front there. I can see it to the end. That's it. So that's made out of the 20 by 40.
And so I like these frames.
They're sturdy.
They're sturdy little frames.
They are. And I mean, that's got just a little bit of texture stamp around it, but how nice does it look? It almost looks like marble.
You put a little stand on the back of that. That would be good to go.
Normally, all you would do is score one of the cards in half, and that would give you your frame card. I'm just looking. At the front, can you see a frame card?
That one.
That's the one. There you go. So that's been Cheryl's done that one for me. It looks absolutely gorgeous.
That is your frame card. Look,
yeah,
so that's what you
and that's made from the 15 by 30. I know it's a smaller version, but they all work the same.
I absolutely adore them. I really do. £13.99 is what you're looking at. 968986 is your item number. From there, you've got your bumper set of Super Smooth that we're looking at now as well. Absolutely adore these. 459977 is your item number. In this one, you're getting your Pink Frog Super Smooth 300 GSM, all 300 GSM, so we're talking construction. But we're now talking your 21 by 30 centimetres, your 15 by 30, and you're also getting your 15 by 42 centimetres as well. 125 sheets in total is what you're getting. You're getting 25 sheets of the 15 by 42 and 50 of the other sizes as well. All that for £13.99. This is one of these shows where you think, oh, I don't know which bundle to go for.
Do you know what, though? It's almost like each bundle is a one-day special of its own, isn't it?
Massively.
And you are getting your instructions. So 3 sets of instructions for the 3 card sizes plus your frames, because you can make your frames from there as well.
But then you'll be making cards. Remember, you get all the details to make cards like this. So if you've never made a stepper card like this before, you'll get the details to make that. Then you'll also get the details to make cards like these, which are absolutely... Look how beautiful and how sturdy and rigid they are. These ones I absolutely adore, cards like... Look at that.
Now, you won't get the instructions to make that one. It's not on the sheets as yet, but there is plenty of little videos around on Pink... There might be one on Pink Frog page. There's definitely one on my page. So if you want to have a nosy, I'm sure you'll see
It
instructions.
just shows how sturdy they are and they don't go nowhere.
I know. I made one of those from the 15 by 42s and the chocolate with Leonie when I was on last time. I didn't make it as a demo, but I did make one. I just love them. They're such fun.
I absolutely, a little bit like Blind Date.
Yeah.
Love it. £13.99 is what I like. 459977 is your item number. We are going there. You're going for your A5 and your A6 is up next as well. Now, this is limited stock on extended delivery. If there was one that I personally, for me, that I would go for, this would be it. I get scared of the big white pages and I haven't got the craft rooms or the cutting devices to start cutting papers down. This, for me, is the perfect size because once I get going, I'm like, oh, I'll do a bit of that and a bit of that, and I'll move on to the next picture now. £13.98. Limited stock, extended delivery from the 25th. Oh, the 18th for this one. The 18th for this one. So if you want this, it's on extended delivery from the 18th. £13.98, 698005. This is a nice little, if you've never used Pink Frog card before, a nice little place to start.
Absolutely perfect place to start. I mean, it's worth pointing out as well, the reason we do all of these sizes is so that when you're at home, you have got every size imaginable to your hand. This is to cut down on waste and bits of offcuts that you just chuck in that drawer and never get to. So don't forget in there with the A5, score it down the middle, you've got an A6 card blank. That's 160 card blanks. And then you've got double that, 320, my brain, mat and layers to go on the top if you want, or to do your techniques like what I've done.
It's worth having a little look at, really, really is. This would be my pick of the show, out of them all. £13.98, 698005 is your item number. Right then, let's put this card to practice. We've also got True Black card as well, is what we're going to. We have shopping ahead of me. We weren't going to come to this now, but we're coming to it because you are buying it ahead of me. £18.99 is what you're looking at. 584418 is your item number. True Black card as well. Acid and ligament free, you're looking about 280 GSM. 20 sheets of your A3 and 40 sheets of your A4 is what you're talking about, which is absolutely phenomenal. 584418 is your item number. We've had a sellout. Oh, the A5 and the A6 is gone now. On the 18th of Jan, dispatch date has now sold out. So that is now gone. Well done if you got that. I absolutely adore that collection. Right, and Hazel, we'll come to you this time. What are you up to?
So we're going to make the inverted stepper from the 15 by 42. So I've got a 15 by 42 sheet there and I've got my scoreboard on the centimetre side. I'm going to score on the 3 centimetre line. Now, because my board doesn't have measurements down the side, there are boards out there that does, I have to guesstimate, and I'm usually pretty good at guesstimating. So I'm going to start my score line from 3 centimetres down and score down and stop it 3 centimetres from the end. And I'm going to do that the same on the 6 centimetre line. And the same on the 24 line. The reason I'm going 24 is because that's 3 past the halfway line and it just makes all the folds work. At this point, I'll also mark in the halfway. So on the 21, I'll come down for 3 centimetres and I need to go up, but I'll flip it over because it's easier for me to do it. Like so.
Does this come in the instructions?
This is all in the instructions. You don't need to remember it. The only reason I remember it is because I make so many of them, they're kind of just glued up there. So now I'm going to join up these 3 lines here. So on the 3 line, down. Now normally when we make these on a smaller version, the 15 by 30, I can get this in my trimmer. But because this is longer, I can't, so I have to cut it by hand. And that's why I'm scoring them lines in and not cutting them. So what we need to do, knife, make sure you've got a nice sharp blade in there, and then lay your... I'm going to come from the side a bit because I'm a lefty, so make sure your blade's through and you'll feel it pop through the card if it's sharp, and then just line that up, take it out and just cut straight down there in one go. If you find that you have to go back through it, that's when you start getting furry edges, and that's why it's really important to make sure you've got a real nice sharp blade. And down, and push your blade against that ruler. I always tilt it because it's, if you try and cut like that, it just doesn't feel right. When you're coming towards yourself, it does. So there's our cuts. Pop your fingers in. This first one is going to be a mountain fold, then a valley, and then these 2 on the outside are a mountain, and put your hand in and pull that down. Press that, and that gives you your card base.
Look at that.
Okay, nice and simple. And then all I've done, and I've gone ahead to do this, I cut myself a matten layer from the A5 black set that we've got on the show.
Yep.
And again, a handy size to have. I did it 14.5 by 20.5, and then I gave myself a 2.5 centimetre just to make the little, I'm going to call it a hoof because I always do. And then I reduced it again by 0.5 centimetre to give me the white. That's how I made that. So before I stick that on, we're just going to stamp some bits on it. So we're going to use the Ground Espresso, the Versaclair Fallen Leaves, and I'm going to use my script. So we're just going to pop a bit. Now I don't want to stamp it perfectly on there, so I'm not going to ink it up perfectly. And we're just going to pop some bits of script around just to give us some detail. There we go, that is enough. And then that goes back in my book, nice and safe. So that's that done, and I think I'm going to stick that straight on. So I'm going to go for my EVA, which has been so popular, hasn't it?
It is. That is a brand new glue that we're talking about today. Launched last night. Pink Frog. Oh, has it? Oh, OK. It was launched last night for me. I've not seen it before.
It was launched on the 7th with Claire. Claire bought it on the 7th.
Not that long ago, then.
No, it is still very, very new.
This is his first outing in a one-day special.
Absolutely, yes.
There we go. That got me round that one. £13.99. 5384442 is your right number. What do you love it so much? What makes it different?
So EVA is and I can't remember the word now, and I've written it down to an ethylene.
Oh. So
it just means it's an archival glue. It's flexible. It doesn't yellow. It's good for bookbinding. Basically, everything us crafters need. So yeah, and it's a nice consistency. It works really well in the glue bottles because they're soft squeeze, so the glue comes out effortlessly, and that's what you need. Bringing us nicely into, what do you like the glue bottles for? Well done. Are you testing me?
Well done.
Well, I did say I like them because they're soft squeeze. You use a tiny amount of glue, so you're actually saving money. The lovely fine nozzle, it's going to show off my dirty fingers, but look at the detail. This is the fatter of the two, but you get a real nice, I mean, I've got the EVA in here. I've also got Collal in my second set, because I'd say I'm oh, that's the wrong way. Yeah, the Collal works in there too. And then I've also got EVA and glossy accents in my other ones. Game changer.
They really are. They're precision tips is what they are. So you really can go with that fine nozzle. £12.99. If you want precision glue every single time for £12.99, 603-282 is your right number. Just before we quickly go back, I do have to tell you the A5 and A6 card stock now. So your A5 and your A6, it did sell out. We've managed to get some back. It's now on extended delivery from the 25th. Of this month, which is not that long to wait, to be honest. 698005 is your item number. So the 25th is what we're looking at for your A5 and your A6. It's sold out twice before, so get in quick before it goes again. Let's go back to demo. Okay, so I've chosen the rose from the rose set, and I'm just going to stamp it. I've cut myself a panel of card. We're going to stamp with Ground Espresso. And I'm really inking this up because I do want a bit of a bleed on it, because I am going to spritz it. We're going to stamp that down. We're going to give that a little spritz. I don't like this sprayer. Sorry, just give me 1 second. No, it's all right.
I need to dry that because it's given me too much water out. Not that that's going to affect the card, but it's not going to give me the look that I want. So I'm going to change my water sprayer. And just so that I know it's going to work properly, just dry that off. It's no drama. We'll sort it. So we'll do that again.
The rose stamp is on screen at the moment as well, and you also get some watercolour card and super smooth in there as well if you want to dip your toe in the water, but you love your stamping. Right, can you see the difference with this sprayer? It's so much tamer, and I'm getting a little bleed instead of a big blob. So now we'll try that. And this is where your masket is going to come in, because I've gone ahead and cut myself. See if I can peel it off while I'm doing this. It's a brand new one, so I have to be careful.
I think I've just ripped the leaf off of it.
We've got the masking kits on the show as well, if you want to make your own mask. I always think it's handy with your stamps now, for the sheer fact. £9.99 is what you're looking at for this. £9.99 today, 976569 is your item number.
Right, I did just rip that, but I might get away with it. So I've got those stored on the other side. I'm jumping ahead. I'm going to put my second layer on now. So this is a darker brown, and that's just going to bring the life back in and put the detail back in. Okay, so that just really brings it to the foreground. And then I'm going to, bearing in mind, this is really skinny, do you know, delicate is the word, I think.
A bit like me.
Well, okay.
Twice today now, I've been shot down.
I didn't actually say anything.
Skinny and delicate. Well, I don't know what you're welling at, though. It's the skinny or the delicate.
Right, there we go. So I've got that over, and my leaf did fall off, so I'm just going to pop that in place. Okay, so now I can move my rose stamp. I'm looking round because I've got a special sheet that I put down. Of course, I can't find it. Oh, I found it. There we go.
There we go.
So I put my grid in
the bin.
And this is just so that I can now line this up without getting ink over the background. So I'm just going to position that. About there will be fine.
If you want your precision sheets, you'll find these on the website under Craft 2, I think, off the top of my head.
Yes. Right, so I'm going to move that up and do the same technique. Make sure you put plenty of ink on there because I did have a bit of VersaFine on beforehand. And I'm going to go in for another layer.
We've got cues on the phones. So jump to the website or tap the app. It's the quickest and the easiest thing to go.
Now I am going to take my mask off because I'm going to spray some water on it, and we're just going to repeat that technique. It doesn't matter about... Oh, look, still got a bit of mask on there. That one's gone for a ride. Okay. So then we'll dry that one.
I like this. It seems very vintage about this.
Yeah, I just really fancy doing the brown. It just looks quite different.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a modern old card.
Yeah.
I know that makes no sense whatsoever, but it does. When you look at the finished one, it looks like it's been around for years.
Yeah.
But with a modern twist with the black and white edges.
So by drying the back, that just flattens that down again. You might still get a slight kink, but it's not going to affect anything whatsoever. So then we'll come in with the Versaclair. Pop that detail back in. Oh, you know what I've forgotten?
Your mask.
Yeah. Yeah. So don't forget to pop your mask back on. So it's fine, we'll get away with it. Okay, now we're going to add some colour in there. Pop that under there. That's because I was getting excited again. So we'll have some brown. And then you can just add in some extra detail where you want it. If you want the areas darker, just add a little bit in. You don't need to be an artist to do this because you've got that lovely spritz in the background. It kind of does the work for you.
Yeah.
Just add in a little bit of something in. That'll do. In fact, you can't even see that, can you? Just make that leaf a bit darker. There we go. Nobody would know.
Happy accident.
Just us, though. Right, so we're happy with that. Now we're going to get a brush, and we're going to use the VersaFine Clair, and we're just going to put a nice soft blend. Now do be careful that your mat is dry, because if there's dots of wet, it will come onto your blend. But look at that soft blend from your brushes. So whether you like your brushes or your sponges, you do get a really different effect. It's nice. And then I'm going to pull in some of our texture stamps on here. Just speed round.
That's our turn. Once again, as Hazel said, look how it's taken everything so far. We're really putting it through its paces. We've spritzed it, we've inked it, we've gone back in with the spritz and the water again on the same areas, we've dried it, we've gone back in with more ink now as well. and it still looks, there's no blotchiness, there's no bleeding, there's none of them little bobbles that you get when you wet paper and you put a brush on it.
I'm just going to put a little bit of text in the background, again, just because it'll be rude not to. Then we'll have a bit of our texture set, another favourite of mine. We'll go for that one there.
We've got these on the show as well.
And for this one...
Details are at the bottom of the screen. You get super smooth and watercolour card. You get 5 sheets of each in there, so a little sample pack.
I kind of just want to get a little bit at the edges, so I'm tilting it away and just hoping that I don't drop just portions of it. So it's kind of giving it an aged frame. I nearly dropped that then. So that one's a bit dark.
If you've never, all I can say for this sort of cardstock, if you've never used this cardstock before, give it a go. And that's me speaking from the heart. I've tried it. And it's very rare I say anything like that. And if you've not tried it, you won't know. And you all know, I'm no artist, I'm no Picasso, but I like to give things a go. And I had some of this super smooth over the weekend, and the photos are on my social media. And I draw a photo and I doused it in water, because I'm not very good at watercolouring. Literally doused it in water and felt it pens, and it had the work thrown in it. A cat walked over it at one point. Everything was thrown at this picture, but it's still, for me, I was still really proud with the end product. The right tools for the job are going to enhance what you know already, and it's going to take your crafting to the next level. Just thought I'd add that.
So I've just taken one of my Mylar masks that I've made from the Mylar that we've got on the show, and I just cut hearts into this one just to pop a couple of hearts down, and I've just done that with my brush there. Just get that lined up. Just dusted over, okay, just to add a little bit more. And then I've just gone through, I need Love and You.
Mylar, you don't get the stars, but this just goes to prove that you can make your own stencils through these as well. So take your dies in there, cut all your shapes in there. You can make for £11.99. You get 6 sheets in total. Well worth having. They're nice blending mats as well, aren't they? If you can't have a blending mat.
Absolutely, yes, they are. Yeah.
A nice little blending mat.
Right, so I'm just going to use my stamping platform, and I've got Love and You, and I'm just going to line them up where I want them. I could bring my grid in, but I'm just going to go with it.
I think I want everything on this show.
Do you know what, though? In all fairness, it all goes together.
I think I do. The more I look around, the more I think, oh, I haven't really got... My crafty statue's getting better, but it's not amazing yet. But I think I could do with some of the glue. I could do with the entire back shelf, the black card, your foam pads. I could do with some of that as well, because that's ridiculous value. I could do with the precision. I could do with the glue. Red liner tape I've not got yet either. Scotch tape I've not got that removable tape. I've not even tried gesso yet. Mylar I could do with that for a little blending solution, and I could make my own stencils as well with the limited stamps that I've already got, and I can make masks in there. That is a nice little stock up on that back shelf, and I don't think it would cost you that much either.
No, I don't. Right, there we go. We've got Love You on there.
Love you too.
Thanks. Right, so we're just going to mat and layer that up, and we're going to pop it on our card, hopefully without getting any ink on there. So I've got a little bit of black. Now, normally, I would probably use a red liner tape before I got my hands on this EVA. If I've used water on a card, I like to put red liner tape because I don't like little bits of edges at the sides. But we'll use the EVA, and we'll go around.
And I suppose because with the EVA and these precision tip knives, you can get right to the edge.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to be tight with it. I am going to cover it because, like I say, it has got a slight... Because it's been wet and dry again, it's like us. We don't... we get a bit wrinkly, don't we?
Well, I don't need to get wet and dry.
Yeah, there we go. So we're going to layer that on there and give that a nice firm press. What I do like to do, turn it over. If you've got a brayer...
Oh.
Do you know what's really funny? There's black ink on this. It's a good job it's black card. Brayer over there. That has now stuck tight on all of them edges for me, which is exactly what you want. And then to stick that down, we'll just add another little bit of glue in here. I can't believe my mat is so messy. Am I normally this messy?
My director's saying yes.
Oh, OK. Thanks for that.
He didn't use the word always.
OK. Right, there we go. That gives us our inverted stepper.
Oh, that is beautiful. Absolutely love it. That is using the only part of your one-day special that you have got there. How beautiful is all of that? 937606 is your item number. And remember, you're getting instructions for this as well. So it's going to give you full instructions on how to make the card. We'll give you the base. Obviously, you put all the things in. It's not going to give you a full demo, but it will give you the basis on how to do your card blanks again. There. Remember, you're getting your A3, your 12 by 12, your A4, your 15 by 42, and also your 15 by 30. 170 sheets in total is what you're looking at for this. 937606 is your item number. £19.99. It sold out once. We're now dispatched on the 25th of January. Not that long, and 85% of the stock has now already gone. We are very, very busy. The quick and easiest thing to do is jump to the website for me. Everything is on the website. You can't go wrong. You can shop ahead of me on there as well. You'll find all your card stock there. You got your glue look, $13.99. Your precision tips, $12.99. Your gesso at $11.79. Your Mylar, $11.99. It always reminds me of that song. There's only you, Lionel Richie, if alive. Then you've also got your stamps and your cardstock as well to have a little practice. I don't know what it is. Anytime anyone says Mylar, I burst into that in my head. I've been singing it all show. And then you got your red line tape, and then you got your phone tape. Double-sided phone pads. What do you like about these?
Ah, you caught me, look at me. Right, they're 25mm by 25mm by 2mm, which means you can have them just as they are, or you can double them up to make them thicker. 1,500 on a roll, an absolute bargain. What I like to do, I'll just show you my little pile.
You do it.
I cut them off in lengths of 8 to 10 and just have a stack of them in my bag, so I haven't got to carry that big roll around with me. You could fill one of those little plastic boxes up with them, but they are made, they've got that lovely easy lift pull, so it's nice and quick. Stick it down, whip it off, and away you go.
I absolutely love it. You could put it in your Deflecto storage. Happy hour coming up this evening with our Janice. £19.49 though for 1,500 foam pads. If we had it as a bowl, it's that big, you can form that roll into a bowl. I also want them as well. I absolutely love them. Right, and what are we up to on demo-wise? OK,
we're going to do a pop-out card now from the 15 by 42. I have kind of half prepped some, but I just want to show you the bones. So, let's pull this one in. It's a version of this one. Here we go. So this one's a girly one, and I'm going to do a male one, but opening up to give you that detail. So 2 pieces of 15 by 42. You get instructions to do the pop-out. It's just this extra cut line here that you need to learn how to do. So we'll move on. First piece is going to be centimetre side of your board, and you're going to do a half fold, 21 centimetres. And then this is going to be the outside, so we need to cut out 2 aperture. I'm going to just show you this one because it's going to save us time. Look, there we go.
Okay.
Now, because I did that with a knife, and I've just realised actually, because I folded it in half, I could do that in my trimmer, but I'd have to go through the 2 pieces. But because I have done one, we won't waste time doing that. For the second piece, onto the trimmer, what we need to do is, if I turn it over, you'll see, we've just got to make these 2 little wings, so to speak. So we're going to put that half fold in again, like so, and then we're going to need our trimmer. So we would pop this in, and we would put the edge on 3 centimetres and the tool on 3 centimetres and cut from 3 down to 12. That gives us that bit, and we're going to do the same on this side. Onto the 3. So this time I'll go 12 up to 3. You kind of find yourself hopping between the trimmer and the scoreboard on this one. Okay, so now at 10.5 centimetres, when you first make one, I probably highly recommend just scoring that all the way down, because it's going to make it easier for you. Okay, and that is following the instructions for the pop-out card. So we'll do that on both ends. And all I need to do now is cut from there to this line to give me this effect. Okay, so I would do that with a craft knife, but what I would do is score my lines on here. So I'd go 3 down to that line and 12 down to that line. And then I've got a channel to cut in, and I do the same on here. So even though it's a big long bit of card, it's easy to work with once you know what you're doing. Okay, so that's exactly what I did on this piece.
Okay.
So we'll move that, we'll move that, and we'll continue on. So what I've done on here to speed it up a little bit is I was stamping in the background with that lovely paint effect.
Is your textured background.
And we just pop that on. And I did it in a black VersaFine. So these join up really easily. I'm going to have to turn it because swinging. So long as I come off the edge, we're going to press that down. And then we're going to keep going just to finish and join those up. I'm going to speed it up a little bit for you now.
You've got, how long we got, Jim? We've got about 8 minutes left.
Oh, perhaps have time to make something else. I doubt it. Right, and then a little bit there. But you can't see these joins, can you?
No, no.
It just looks like a full background.
It's a bit like aged crackle.
Yeah. So that is that done. Pop that to one side.
Oxide. Aged crackle.
Well, we've got an aged and we've got a crackle across
together.
two, so you're nearly there. Right. I'm going to dry that off, just so it doesn't smudge when I bring in my miler.
Oh, so the circles that you've got there is your own template that you've made?
Absolutely,
Oh,
yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah. So we've also used, guess which one? Script. The script from the Poppy.
This is in the Poppies, and this is worth its weight in gold. It really is a good text background.
And I'm just going to add in a few little bits. I've probably got a little bit of brown on there from last time, but it doesn't
Bring the details
matter.
of the Poppy up on screen?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's a bit of that in there. So then we'll dig into my little box. Where are my circles? Here we go. So for this one, I have chosen aged mahogany. I haven't got my little daubers ready, look. Ground espresso, because that seems to be a favourite of mine.
Do you go through favourite colours?
Yeah, I do try and be strict with myself, because otherwise they're really dry and all the others are juicy.
What are your go-to colours?
Well,
like when you first get cardstock home, what's your go-to? We'll continue watching you demo, by the way.
Yeah, continue watching me demo, because otherwise I'll forget what I'm doing and I'll go off on a tangent. So I'm just going to position and fill in, nice and simple. If I hadn't have dried, I might have ended up smudging that, but that's why I dried it off. So a bit of ground espresso there. Now I know that this bit in the middle I'm going to fill in, so I don't have to put the colour in there. We'll put a nice big bit of blue in there, look. That's going to go all the way over. And don't be scared to do a bit of shading around the outside of these as well. But I thought this would be a really nice male version. So that one I think we'll put a little bit more on that side. And then we'll go maybe there. Peacock feathers is a favourite colour of mine.
Oh.
See, that just popped into my head.
Well, I did think that. Where did that come from? We ended that.
Well, I was thinking, because you said, well, let's carry on demo, and I'm thinking, yeah, okay, yeah, it's important.
No, well, I did think. I thought, oh, she must have forgot my question, so I'll leave it now.
I like speckled egg too. That is one of
the
my
new
favourites.
ones, isn't it?
Yeah, not that you can get it anywhere. Yeah, right. That's the last one I'm going to do on there. So that's put some detail into the background. So we'll stick that straight. Now, did I do some bits? Yes, I did. Here we go. I'm going to decorate the front first before I stick it together. So I've cut myself, again, I've just reduced it by 0.5 centimetre, a little frame. So that's 14.5 by 20.5. And then I've cut a 2.5 centimetre frame. And then I've got this piece, which I need to cut a 2 centimetre frame from, which I also reduced in size, but I need to put some colour and bits and pieces around it. So it's got to work in with this kind of theme, but I don't want it necessarily the same. So I think what we'll do is I'm just going to have a bit of a drag round here. because I'm going to be cutting the middle out anyway, we might have maybe a little bit of blue, and then...
Looks like wood.
Yeah. Obviously, we're going to have some of the script, but this time we'll go in for a black so that that really pops out. And again, not worried about the middle because it's going to be cut out. I just want it all to kind of tie in but not interfere. Maybe we'll put a little bit of some of the circles. So we'll have a bit of the blue. And because my ink won't be totally dry, it'll give quite a nice effect. We'll have a bit of aged mahogany. And a bit of...
One day special, limited stock. Limited stock on the extended stock that I've already got. It's sold out once, it's about to go again. If you want your one day special, your A3, your 12 by 12, your 15 by 42, your 15 by 30 and your A4, 170 sheets in total, get it quick. £19.99. I'll also throw the templates in there as well for you. Was it 32?
36.
36? Whoa, 3 and 6? 36. 36 is what you're looking at for templates and designs coming your way. A lot of good templates in there. Well, then let's go back to demo because we literally got 4 minutes left.
Okay, so I'm just going to cut out my 2 centimetre frame. So it measures 20. I'm cutting down to 18 from 2. I just hope I've done it right. I'm sure that's what it was in my head when I planned it. Just make sure that your card's in there straight. You shouldn't have a problem. Okay, and the last one. Okay, move that to one side. Nice. So now, just assembly. We'll pop this one onto here.
Using our glue again.
It's at this point that I would notice, and I think it looks a bit wonky. Don't tell anyone though.
Don't tell no one will know.
Nobody will know.
So do you know, can you give us a little sneaky peek of what's coming up next in the worlds of Pink Frog?
In the world of Pink Frog, well, you've got Claire next, and she's coming on the 20th. And I do know that there's some rather special stamps on the horizon.
Oh, new stamps?
And new card sizes.
Oh.
So.
Do we know a colour?
Oh, I can't tell you that much.
He won't be watching, he'll be watching Tipping Point.
He will be watching, you know he'll be watching.
I was told right. Like Ben Shepherd.
So just be careful that you haven't got an inky, let's just clean that off because otherwise it will go over the card. Have I got 2 minutes left yet?
Of course you have.
Good.
You got 2.5 minutes.
Oh, that's ample because I've still got something to do. But we'll stick the card together just in case we don't have time. Okay, so I did go ahead and do a topper just in case we ran out of time for one side, and we have got to do one for the other side, but I will stick this on, we'll stick the card together and see how much time we've got left.
Wait on now, 53, 2 minutes.
Right, okay. So that's perfect. So then all we do, open this up, poke that bit through the hole, and then you'll notice that these line up perfectly.
Look at that.
So I'm just going to lie that flat and lift this one back. We'll pop the glue down. There we go. And then just hold it up in the air, and that way.
Really sturdy now, isn't it? It's
because
like
you've got 600 GSM there, yeah. Yeah. So make sure that's nice and equal. And that
looks cute.
That outside works quite well, actually, yeah. Quite pleased with that. And then this...
Even if I say so myself.
Yay! Right, so just fold those. And we're going to do the same again. So keep that out the way. Fold that back. Pop your glue on.
We've got a minute left.
Okay. It's a good job I pre-made that topper then, isn't it? Poke that through.
We can get another demo in that time.
Yeah.
A minute.
Okay, just make sure that's all pushed in. Oopsie. Come on. There we go. Squeeze it down. If we open that up for you.
Look at that.
Minus the topper on that side, but if I bring this female version at the top of it for you, you can see that just using our stamps there. Oh, sorry. There you go.
That's all right. You.
So on this one, I've got happy birthday, and then I've put with love and best wishes on your special day, which, to be fair, I probably would have put that one in there.
But you could have the back one as like a little money wallet if you wanted to as well.
Absolutely.
There's so much possibilities.
There's no rules, is there?
Thank you, Hazel. It's been an
Do you know
absolute
what?
pleasure.
I have had the most amazing day, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that's taken advantage and got that one day special. You won't be disappointed.
Well, I think that sums up. That does sum up our one day special. You won't be disappointed when you get it home. It is now limited stock. If you want to get yours, you better be quick. £19.99. Remember, the price goes back up at 6 o'clock. I will see you Monday.